Well, if you want to know more story details on this iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy and what you can expect, Marvel Games did provide a pretty nice update over to EW, so let's talk about it. So one thing that they confirmed right off the bat is the entire team. Now, people were speculating whether there would be other members because in the trailer we see that, for example, Mantis is in it. Now, she's not a proper member of the team at this stage. Maybe by the end of the game she'll join. We don't know. We have to obviously wait and see. But they confirmed, again, Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket, and Groot are the core members, and that is who your team consists of. Nobody more, and this will be the core team. Again, very much taking inspiration from the MCU. Now, when it comes to the story details, once they confirmed that, they said, and I quote, "The story takes place several years after a massive galactic war, where the universe is still dealing with the repercussions of that. Enter Peter Quill and his money-making scheme of gathering together a group. They've been active for a little while now, and during one of their escapades, based on a silly bet, two of them that may or may not cause a very small accident to happen that will eventually take on a life of its own and get bigger and bigger and set off a chain of cataclysmic events that will threaten the universe if the Guardians don't take more responsibility and stand up to it." End quote. And then they also add, and I quote, "The Guardians will have to become the last line of defense against a mysterious order that is out to annihilate anyone who refuses to bow to their convictions." End quote. Now, I don't know about you, that whole last part to me sounds like they're trying to set up the Dark Order. Like maybe we see Black Dwarf or Corvus Glaive or Proxima Midnight or Supergiant. Again, it seems like they're very much straddling the MCU and adding in a couple of super Z-list villains, like for example the main villain that we've seen so far, which, okay, that's an interesting choice, a character that's only been around for like 5 years, if that. But either way though, it sounds like the story is going to be exactly what you expect from the Guardians. They don't care about anything up until it directly involves them and could potentially lead to the destruction of everything, and then they gotta become those reluctant heroes. Again, we are drawing many parallels here with the MCU and some elements of the comics, and I use that very loosely because the Guardians were not really like this up until the movie iteration. So it's going to be interesting, in my opinion, to see how this tries to make itself unique compared to everything else and then does its own thing and hopefully tells us an interesting story that includes some great characters. To me, so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing, but some of these interviews are rather vague, and that vagueness causes concern for me because Marvel Games and vagueness has had a very missed record.